What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28, and that's the one, the only. It is Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, what's going on, man?
I have a new strange achievements today. Strange achievements today come in the form of Microsoft Jigsaw puzzles, okay? They're originally out there here, but I'm discovering them, and now so have you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit rock bottom on the show today. Scott and his achievement hunting.
Oh, if I can find one for pinball, it's all over.
Dude, check out Zen Pinball, Zen Studios. They are the masters of pinball games.
Okay.
I'm telling you, yeah. You didn't see that one coming, did you? See it? Hey, Scott, take that, buddy. Yo, you know what else everybody can take? Our show live every day, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, over on twitch.tv/the official ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later, InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Dude, we've got one heck of a show. I cannot wait to get going. Could Konami rumors be true? Will we see the return of Metal Gear Solid with the remake of 1, 2, and 3? Show is over, ladies and gentlemen. This is all we're going to talk. No, it's not. We actually have other topics, but dude, that's going to take up half of our show today, probably.
Yeah, that may be one of the shows on release date.
Oh, man. Tencent and Sony acquired 30% of the Elden Ring developer, and Konami set to reveal something new at Tokyo Game Show. Dude, Konami in the discussions today, that is unheard of. Yo, what's up, Nate? Your Doom guy? Dude, I got to give you a call later. I need some help. Just heads up. So yeah, there's that. Yo, what the heck is going on with Konami? Scott, did you see this one coming?
Well, this has been rumored before. This has kind of come up.
Yeah.
There's been little bits of seeds here and there, but I've never seen anything definitively to pin it down. So I'm hoping this is tied to, somebody's broken and let the cat out of the bag here. I want an official name.
Well, let's get into the official article over at PSU from Michael Hardens. New Metal Gear Solid 1 to 3 remasters rumors are 100% true, says leaker.
Okay, this is what I was hoping for.
Coming to PC and consoles. Dude, I would have been heartbroken if it wasn't coming to consoles, I'll be honest.
No, it doesn't have Norman Reedus' name on it here, so I'm a little... It's not that close into the sphere.
We'll see what happens. Rumors of Konami's plans to resurrect the Metal Gear Solid franchise have gathered steam again this week after noted leaker Dust Golem has chimed in on the original VGC report from a year ago about Metal Gear Solid 1 through 3 receiving all new remasters, which he says is 100% true. While we haven't heard anything from Konami's reported plans to remaster the first 3 Metal Gear Solid titles for a while, it is also rumored to be working on a fresh entry in the Castlevania and Silent Hill franchise. Scott, could this be the return of Konami?
If everything here is lined up to come to fruition, that's
Wow.
a very solid schedule.
Absolutely. Dust Golem reckons they're on the way. Here's what the leaker had to say on Reset Era's thread regarding a Metal Gear Solid remasters. Quote, I said this in the other thread, but can confirm this is 100% true. I will not be surprised if others have heard about it, but also recently they've made agreements to distribution methods and finalizing the games to soon be reviewed by review boards and the like. Very likely these get announced relatively soon. Don't know their exact marketing plans. I just know developments on distribution has been happening very recently. End quote.
So that could be conversations with Steam, Epic, Xbox, Sony. This is what they're mentioning, I believe, distribution.
Dude,
unfortunately, it's not Walmart Canada, or we would have known about this already.
Shots fired. Last we heard about Metal Gear Solid was in 2018 with Metal Gear Survive, and nobody talks about that game.
Yeah, which one's that?
Yeah, let's not talk about it. That's what that is.
That's like next to Zelda, it's on the CDI.
It
doesn't exist anymore.
Dude, Metal Gear though, coming back. What do you think?
Oh man, take my money, please. Could easily put double the price tag on these games, and I would gladly eat it up. Now that's a conversation in the greater sphere right now because video
Yeah.
game prices are increasing. But in the case of, well, it's Metal Gear. I mean, it's in the pantheon of gaming. Yeah, I
Well,
would certainly buy it.
it's funny. We did a little discussion this week on remasters making such a prominent resurgence again, right? Like we just reviewed The Last of Us Part 1, Steve and I. You make sure you check that out over insidethegame.ca. But like we talked about, are they
I
necessary?
did, and I'm really hyped up on the game now. It's such a tease because I never played it.
Well, so there is that, right? It's one of those. Dude, this game has been gone for so long. It is so old. It has a opportunity to ignite new fans, but then bring back all the old ones that just have loved the franchise for so long. Dude,
Oh,
what
I want
kind of
Snake Eater and just get
oh
Revolver Ocelot when you meet him in
man.
Snake Eater. Like it's just every single moment of that game I want to relive for the first time.
Well, it's funny because as much as like Snake Eater is my favorite game of all time, and it's one of those situations I'm like, it's been a while. So to replay that isn't exactly like playing it for the first time, but dude, it's close because it is that long ago. That is one of those things, man. Bring it back, modernize it, make it for today. It's like, yes.
That's why I want Twin Snakes so bad. But Twin Snakes, I don't think you can even buy it. It's like $1,000 video game now.
That's fair.
Because they're all 20 years old.
Right? It's man, can we get this back? Here's so I need to go finish Metal Gear Solid 5. Just been too busy with the show and things like that as of recently to get back into it.
Super fighting robots.
and the other thing is, dude, what's the collector's item gonna be? Because I could really use a Solid Snake or Metal Gear Solid Snake statue in my library behind me.
I've seen that being talked about and advertised as well now too. Full size busts of Snake's face.
Man, like I'm so down. If Konami can make a comeback,
got a bit of space behind you there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could make some space behind you actually in that case.
I would make space. Everything can just get pushed over to the side and there's Snake. That's yeah, it's long overdue to get one. But it's long overdue, I think, to get a return to the Metal Gear franchise. We all kind of thought it was dead once Kojima left. I think that was one of the biggest concerns out of fans is what does Konami do with this? We had also mentioned, this is just us kind of hoping for the best for the franchise, but for Konami to sell it off, right? And let some other developer or like PlayStation come in, buy the IP, or even just license them the IP so we can get another Metal Gear experience. Going back from the ground up, dude, Shadow Moses, like let's go all the way back. That elevator scene when you come up, and it's just what an impactful moment within video games, and that's kind of what really changed so much of the industry. And man, Scott, when you so that's the two questions then for you. When do we get a reveal, and then when do we actually see the remakes?
Yeah, if they're hitting review boards now, when they're given their ratings, which I'm certain they won't deviate too much from the original ratings, I think that would be the time because now it's official. The only more official date from that would be like if it goes gold.
That's fair. Well, so we're going to be talking about Konami here in a bit more, and I got a little bit more to say about it. But
I think this is still several years away, though.
I think so too.
We're on the verge of the Unreal 5 engine. That'll slow things down if there's any sort of use of that. And I'm not even sure what the original engines were. I really have no concept.
No, I haven't got a clue what those were back in the day. Here's the thing. Is it Konami doing the remake, or do they license it out to a studio to do it? And if they do that, give it to Bluepoint.
Yeah. Is it Bluepoint, or is it Kojima Productions? That'd be awkward, but...
It will not be Kojima Productions remaking the Metal Gear franchise.
They would have to. It would have to have different letterheads on the messaging too.
It's so here's the thing. Bluepoint, I believe,
sell it to THQ Nordic, please.
Embracer's buying everything, man. Bluepoint, though, I think is owned by PlayStation, right? Like, so they're owned by Sony, and if you go that way to license to them, they would more likely keep it exclusive to the PlayStation family. So I'm thinking we branch it out to somebody else. Who would you branch out to? Do you really? I can't. I don't know if there's an internal team right now at Konami who's developing games. Like, who's there at the studios working away, making something. Like, we haven't seen anything from them in years. So you kind of think they're off doing something else. And ever since Kojima left, it's been really, really quiet over there, right? So a lot of questions for this future of the franchise.
Nate says, you cannot make Metal Gear exclusive. Well, unfortunately, it has been almost entirely exclusive.
Exactly.
In one side or the other. Even Twin Snakes only exists on GameCube. That was not for the consumer.
It was PlayStation exclusive for 4 games. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't think 4 ever came to Xbox, did it?
No, 4 has not. No, one hasn't. 2 and 3 is included on the HD remaster.
Yes,
so it has once been remastered and put out on Xbox.
But then again, so getting back to remasters, right? Dude, even that was so long ago. Like remastered for like the PS3, Xbox 360 era. So, put it, remake it from the ground up using Unreal Engine 5, and then just inject it into me, and I'll be happy. So,
yeah, that's when I want the Matrix Animus. I want to lay down in the Animus, plug it right into the back of my head. Now I'm Snake.
So, Nate, you own the HD version, so they have been brought over through a remake. But initially, when they launched, they were all exclusive to PlayStation. That's the biggest thing.
It's not the original 3. It is the original 1 and 2, and then Peace Walker.
And then, so there's 3 Subsistence as well, or something like that, right? Like they came out with 3, and then
Subsistence has extras to it, I think, but I'm not aware of what they are actually.
So the extras is they changed the camera angle.
Oh.
They brought it more over the shoulder to the third person perspective. It was more up of a higher viewpoint. So they they brought it a lot closer down. Yeah.
They did a little bit more Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, and then they added more content. So yeah, there's a couple things. I'm curious what version of Metal Gear Solid 3 we'll get. Will it include the VR missions as well? But Scott, that's almost halfway through the show, and then we've talked about topic number 1. So we should probably move on because we can get this show
just
going.
Warm it up. Yeah, this could be.
This show is going for an hour. Let's get into Tencent and Sony collectively acquire 30% of Elden Ring developer From Software. Comes from Wesley LeBlanc over at Game Informer.
It's an expensive time to be buying that software developer.
Wouldn't it be? Yeah, the year of acquisitions and shareholder antics continues. Just today, Chinese developer NetEase announced it was acquiring Detroit Become Human developer Quantic Dream. That was yesterday. Sony Interactive Entertainment and Tencent have increased their stakes in From Software, the prolific developer behind the Dark Souls series, and this year's mega hit, Elden Ring. Never heard of it, Scott. The news
I think this is decades mega hit until Starfield comes out.
Oh, man.
Or God of War. We'll see.
The news comes from Gatsuma and Gamet. Dude, I always get this one messed up. Gamatsu. I was getting there. Which posted a press release from Kadokawa. I'm gonna go that corporation, the company behind. Yeah, not bad, eh, dude? If I mess up one, sometimes I get the other. It just kind of works out. The parent company behind From Software, it says through a third-party element. Six Joy Hong Kong, a Tencent holding subsidiary, has purchased 16.25% of From Software shares, while SIE acquired 14.09%. Scott, more purchases going around within the games industry. Does this make you a little nervous From Software actually kind of giving up more of their stakeholders and shares, and just what is the industry doing?
As long as they don't approach.
See, told you.
It's for old folks. No, I'm not terribly worried in the case of FromSoft because I think they're going to endure. I think it's more likely FromSoft could buy one of the major platforms than a platform buying FromSoft at this point. But that's way far-fetched. As long as they don't lose their majority stakeholder, because then I believe they lose entire control. I was going to say creative control, but then it becomes more of a managerial business thing at that point.
Right.
That gets a little murky. I'm not sure I want to see that situation.
Not at all. You want to see...
This is a small, almost a support level of investment.
Well, I kind of wonder if that's the case, right? Here, help us make sure we're able to produce the next game. I don't think, honestly, that From Software is hurting. They're all like, apparently, they're in the final testing stages of releasing their next game. So will we see that?
Holy.
Like, yeah. So they've had.
They're probably on the precipice of starting a space program with the amount of funding they've got.
Well, that's just at this point with Elden Ring, dude. All they need is some sponsors or stakeholders to come in and just boost them up with a little bit more money, and then keep grinding through whatever they're creating next. But at this point, Elden Ring and From Software have just landed themselves in such a space within the industry that they're just known worldwide, and it doesn't matter if you're in the game space or not, you've heard of From Software to some degree, just from their creative background, and the games that they keep producing are just top notch. What do you think we get next, Scott, with From Software? And the backing of Tencent and Sony will only help kind of make that even faster in development, and hopefully a lot more.
I'm wondering if these new voices on the council in the group of From Software, are they going to try and steer the ship?
I hope
is that kind of what the purpose is, and is that mean? Okay, but that could work out well. Does that mean we may finally get another Bloodborne?
Oh,
because that's the one that everybody keeps. Anytime From Software was coming up in on Twitter and it's people. Okay, Bloodborne when, but
yeah, absolutely.
I'm leaning to that. I think Sekiro is going to take a break.
Yeah.
I think you're more likely to see a Dark Souls, but then what's Dark Souls going to look like now after Elden Ring? Is it truly going to be Elden Ring 2, 1.5? That's kind of where I'm left. Not sure.
Honestly, okay, so here's let's take a look.
Or a brand new one.
Well, I think it's a new IP. I think we're getting a new IP out of From Software. We've already seen it with Sekiro. We've seen it with Elden Ring, Bloodborne, right? We haven't seen a sequel for any of those. So yeah, exactly. It's kind of one of those things. Yeah.
That might be the most punishing shooter ever, but then I start thinking of Doom. Well, could work out really well.
Right? Yeah, I don't know if they'll get into that because they've always been melee focused from the most part, right? Like it's never been in the realm of a shooter.
There's always ranged weapons, but it's never a shooter. No.
Yeah, exactly. So, man, curious to see what they're up to next because everybody's got their eyes on them and they're following them closely. And I think having Sony and Tencent sweep in for another 30% is hopefully just going to help. But yeah, as long as they keep their creative freedom to themselves and not be held back by whatever, well, I think you need to do this kind of thing out of PlayStation or out of Sony or out of Tencent, and then they lose that control, right? That's the biggest thing. Don't lose the control of what you're already creating. And I don't think at this point with PlayStation or Sony and Tencent that they even bother doing that. They just want a piece of the pie, right?
It would be unwise.
Yes.
It'd be very unwise in the long run because what that difficulty is, and that would be the first modification, I think. Okay, let's step the difficulty down, make it more accessible for everybody. Yeah. That would make sense in a marketing standpoint, but then you get a product that doesn't stand on its own feet.
All right, Scott.
From Software is supposed to punish you.
Well, yes, I know. That's why I never stick around. Dude, I tried playing Elden Ring, and I get the why everybody loves it, and I appreciate what it is. It's just not for me. That's what I know. But, dude, let's get back into it. It is Konami once again, twice in one day. This is unheard of on the show. Konami set for TGS 2022 reveal of a new game from a series loved all over the world.
I just thought about the Konami code. Do you remember it?
Up, down, down. Nah, that's about as far as I get.
Up, down, down, left, right, AB. I think that might. It's right on the edge of my mind.
Is it like AB, or is it just AB once? I can't remember. Somebody in chat hit us up. Let us know. Somebody's got to know over here, or at least Google it. Come on, somebody do. Help us out. Michael Hardin's again over at PSU. The Tokyo Game Show 2022 is just around the corner, and one of the publishers lining up a big announcement. There will be Konami. Who else is surprised by this one? The company confirmed it will be introducing a new entry in the franchise that is, quote, loved all over the world, end quote. The Konami new release announced is listed as part of a 45-minute show on September 16th. And while the mystery title may conjure up hopes of seeing something from Castlevania, Metal Gear Solid, or Silent Hill, VGC is reporting that is unlikely related to any of those franchises.
Okay.
Right? Voice actor Yuji Kaji will be invited as a guest to represent the fans of a series which is loved all over the world on the announcement stage for a new Konami title. VGC sources state that the reveal is very likely for a smaller project rather than one of the major franchises, although right now there's no clue as to what that game is.
I'm trying to. I took a quick look. Okay, Yuki Kaji. What's he known for? He was a voice actor on Attack on Titan. Okay, that could certainly fit the bill of being a world-renowned series.
I guess, yeah, sure, huh?
More my generation than yours, but let me tell you, One Piece as well. I'm not certain if that film is released yet, but there's One Piece is absolutely world-renowned. Probably the biggest, longest series ever known to exist. Over 1,000 episodes. Then Demon Slayer. Again, another one. So there's big TV shows there, big anime properties. And possibility.
A smaller project, they're calling it, though. That's like, those don't sound like small projects, man.
Oh, I just looked at the video games that he has appeared on, and that is a list far too long to summarize.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, perhaps. That's the one. That's the one I see.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just looking through.
Yeah, I just okay. So I'm really hopeful we'll see something announced at Tokyo Game Show for Metal Gear Solid. That's kind of what I was holding off on. That's what I really want to see. Curious to see what this new IP. Well, it's not even a new IP. It's a loved around the world IP, but a smaller project. So a new game coming out of Konami. So that's what I mean. Like, dude, is Konami on the way back to resurgence and gonna rise to the top once again? They were such a beloved company before, and then really fell off. All of a sudden, the turmoil with Kojima Productions and Konami really set that ablaze. But where they're coming around now, maybe they've kind of. I think they've been so quiet. Maybe they've kind of let the dust settle a little bit that they can come back out and make a good impact.
I hope so. They used to be an industry leader, like absolutely. I'm not certain exactly what time frame that was, but Konami was one of the biggest names out in the entire industry.
Dude, it was like PS2 era. They were
that's
massive,
what I was thinking,
right? PS2, maybe even moving
around
into
the
PS3. Yeah, it was the rise of Metal Gear Solid. 1 was a cultural hit. 2 really kind of set the world around, and then 3
2 threw everybody for a loop.
Yeah, dude. I to this day, I still didn't like that move. Raiden was.
I wish I could have acknowledged that in real time.
Oh yeah, dude. I was mad. I was so mad. I'm like, yo, this is not Snake. Get him out of here. Yeah, I was. Yeah.
I asked David Hayter how he felt, the man himself, and he said, "Yeah, it was weird. It wasn't me in the voice booth.
Yep.
They said my job was over." What?
He's like, wait, whoa, what? Hey, hold on. I'm just getting started.
Hey, buddy, it's me in there. Get out of. You're in my seat.
Yeah, exactly. But a new IP, dude. Konami. I don't know what they'll be really working on. You don't think it'll be Silent Hill at all?
It's certainly possible, but I'm not sure. Does Konami own that exclusively? Is that why Kojima cannot do it anymore? Because of course, Kojima with PT. Again, I want to. If they just drop PT, the game, I will buy it.
Well, there it is, Scott. We do have one game out today. What would that be?
This is Ooblets. It's now experiencing a full release on the Xbox platform and Switch, and on the Epic Game Store, I believe.
Is that one you're looking at all?
That was, yes. I played this back in early access, and I had actually a lot of fun. It was kind of like Pokemon mixed with, not Harvest Moon, although kind of.
I don't know. It looks weird to me, but wow, either way,
it's like Animal Crossing and Pokemon together. Dance battles. That's how you fight. Dance battles.
Really? Oh man, well,
it's cute.
That's fair. That's fair. Everybody, thank you so much for watching us. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. You can join us every day 11 a.m. Eastern over at twitch.tv/the official ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG. But that's going to wrap up today's show. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'm Drew. That's Scott. We'll see you inside the game.